Okay, we are very much recording then. So, you wanted to head out to a dingy apartment then?
We're going to head out, stop at a parent.
So, sorry you cut out there
We're
for a
held.
second.
Head out and go to wherever the weapons were held. You know, we need to go grab those. I may know where they are, but we need to actually grab them.
They are, I think they were in Andrew's room. I think he had moved them over here if I'm not mistaken.
Wherever they were, we'll say we went over and grabbed them.
Yes.
How's that?
You have the guns.
Just in case.
The guns are
Yes.
had. Are
Okay.
you bringing Katrina along?
Yes. Katrina, come on!
Sure, I'm coming.
Alright, who wants what?
Her eyes go wide and she slowly reaches out towards the assault rifle and
I'll
puts her
take
hands
that.
on it. Ooh. Shiny. She slowly starts pulling it towards herself. Make a contested
I
strength
take
check.
That.
I want all three of you to make a contested
I'm
strength
definitely
check.
taking that.
Why? I'm just letting it go.
Okay, in that case, she falls on her ass as Daniel yanks it out of her hands, I guess.
That happened.
Okay. Okay, so Daniel has the assault rifle. Here you go. Give Katrina the rifle.
But that's useless to me. You don't understand. I
Well,
need
I don't
Also, she
know
has
she's
a
up
point
to
of
either.
weight, right? Also, how much ammo does the how much ammo does the assault rifle have?
31. Including one in the barrel.
Just assume there's 30 in it though. Because no
Okay,
one...
so presume 30.
Yeah, because it's been fed from a fresh clip and yada yada blah blah. No one bothers with that crap apparently in Bacon's world.
Extra ammo for it, like all the clips and like.
You have 3 extra clips and 200 more bullets in... Well, actually, it should be 170 bullets in the boxes because one of the clips got emptied last time we did this.
Okay.
Daniel jingles as he walks, bullets knocking around against each other.
No, I'm just going to have the three extra mags. Or
I
clips.
suppose I'll take the rifle.
Katrina sighs deeply. You guys suck.
I offered. Didn't accept.
I
know.
know you tried to take it, it's just... You suck. And then her face widens. Well, oh, but that's right. You do suck. Oh, we all suck. This is so fucked.
Yep. But look. Blood. Blood is good. And eventually, maybe we'll get more DACA. Yay!
So, where are we heading?
Oh, we're gonna go and set up an ambush point around where Ken was.
Okay. So,
After we
drive
fill
it.
up on blood. To the barrels! Woo, 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 woo.
I follow him.
Okay, you arrive at
Break.
the barrels.
Drink up, drink up, drink up.
I take 6 points of blood, I think.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Take 4. There's 10 gone. 5 left.
Don't think you took
Presumably-
down for the waking up tonight.
I could have sworn I did, actually.
If you did, then that's fine. I don't think I took down Daniel for that. Either way,
Well,
both of you and Katrina are gonna be at full, so it hardly matters.
sure.
And I suppose the last of it will go to our new friend. Probably needs some blood.
Who
Who's not
appears
here
to
right
be,
now.
at this point, looking for Anchor. Okay. Jesus. Bentley Jackalor is slaughtering some children. Best of luck to him in that endeavor.
Hey Chakalor, feed their meat to their parents. It works.
Bacon, you sick piece of shit.
To be fair, it's just because this ST hasn't met me playing a sick piece of shit.
Use the roll 20, chat, will you? Because I have to tab over to look at that. Okay. You head on over.
Yep.
Using
We get
which
into
car?
positions.
'Cause
Yeah, sure.
You have one Jeep from the Camarillo raid and one crappy old car. Which do you use?
I choose the crappy old car.
You don't trust the Camarillo Jeep.
I just kind of felt it was thematic.
I see. 'Cause you're crappy and old? I see how it is. It's good that you realize this.
Yeah, actually, my character's probably by far the oldest. He's at least in his 40s, as far as actual years. Probably 60s in actual years, actually,
It
including
was
Mortal
like the
Life.
90s when you raided Springfield originally, right? With the other Malkavians.
And I had already considered that I was probably like about 20, maybe 30 at that point.
20 sounds about right.
Yeah.
In terms
So-
of... Yeah.
I should be about in my 40s as far as vampire age goes.
Mm-hmm.
Which, yeah, makes me about twice as old as the average Sabbat.
The old wise priest.
Wise? I'm not so sure, but sure. I am the old priest, at least.
Alright, let's find an appropriate thingy. Nope, nope. Too fancy, too military, too much fire. You know what? This works fine for a car. You ride in on the fireball. Does anyone have fortitude?
We ride as the fireball. Yay.
There. Katrina managed to run over a flower pot.
I guess she wanted to drive. That's alright, though. We gotta give her some things. Alright. We're here. We got there. Yay.
I want
Oh.
everyone to roll per... Actually, first of all, does anyone have Auspex active?
I will activate it as we actually get out of the car, but not before that point.
Okay. Then roll Perception Alertness at 7. Katrine has no idea, in fact she botches. And neither
do I.
do you have any idea.
Oh, wait. I have 3. I have
Do
3 in
you?
Auspex.
Then reroll at 6. The rules are clear, even though I do not like it in this case. Daniel, you faintly see something in the shadow. Use it and get a much clearer picture with your Auspex. It appears to be a bird of some kind. Just watching in one of the shadows as you get out of the car.
Well, I have an idea on why a bird would be watching us. Let's see if it's a true idea.
Mm-hmm. What do you wish to do?
I'm going to attempt to use insight on it.
Okay.
Dang it. Then I will go to, because that obviously didn't show me anything, I will now attempt to use Auspex on it instead.
What are you guys looking at? Which level of Auspex are you using?
Aura Sight.
You see a very faint pearly aura with a few faint pale splotches on it.
I do know auras pretty well, because, yeah, so...
So,
I should be able to identify this as a ghoul of some kind, right?
yes,
or at
you
least
should be
bloodbound?
able to. Yes. Yes, that would be a thing. As in, you would be able to identify it as something that currently has vampire blood in its system. At the moment.
Okay. I see. Well, with that being the case,
Daka?
I'm actually going to pretend that I'm going around the car. And then I'm going to try and aim the rifle at it, just in a way that it hopefully won't notice.
Okay. Let's
And then I'm going to
see.
spend 5 turns aiming, if it doesn't move.
Okay. Is there a stat block for birds having various levels of wits in the book? There should be somewhere.
I don't think birds are actually covered. I'll go double
I'm
check,
pretty
though.
sure that ravens of some kind are, but this is a pigeon, and pigeons are.
Oh, it
really-
is! Small bird, large bird, a small pigeon? Is that what you mean?
Well, it's really
This is
large for
3.
it's really large for a pigeon because it's been fed vampire blood for years now. But it's a small bird essentially.
Yeah,
So what do small birds have?
the normal, because it's a ghoul. It has a wits of 3. Actually, both have wits of 3. So
Wow.
Wits
I-
alertness of 3. Wits alertness of 6 when it's got when it
I
comes
mean,
to that.
it
For
doesn't.
a small bird.
It's not so much need to. I mean, it's more a question of whether it can figure out that when the Malkavian was focusing on it, when did he was using Auspex and Eyes of Chaos, and now is going around to get something from the car is bad news, right? It's a test to see if it's smart enough to figure out that this is a threat, not whether it notices.
okay.
I
But yeah,
think
it has wits of 3.
since
Intelligence
it's a
of 1. Of
bird,
course.
let's go with something like 8. It just
That's a lot.
It stares at Katrina menacingly. She does not notice it. She doesn't see it. She just goes around the corner. Dad, what are you doing?
Just aim.
You tried to aim
And-
through both of the windows.
I
would
was just
say-
saying, get in a position that I could aim at it and hopefully not notice.
Yes, so you would be essentially shooting through the car windows.
I
Right.
would think I would at least be right behind the car window.
As in, like here. Assuming the windows are semi-open, trying to get a shot through there. Or are you... Okay, how do you wish to position yourself? Why don't we go with that?
How about I'll use the ruler for this, because basically I'm trying to aim like this, almost exactly like this, in that kind of position.
Where would it be?
Right past either the front or back window, depending where the bird is.
Okay. I was thinking it was somewhere along this wall, so yeah, you can definitely aim across the front window.
Okay.
And since it botched the first wits roll, you would be able to set up one shot with your...
That's the idea.
yeah, you can
That's
take
the
your
idea.
time and aim. The difficulty would be, I think... Well, given that you have a sniper rifle and you know exactly where it is with your perception roll, it would probably be 8.
I think too. Alright. Let's give it a shot!
You hit. You need to do essentially 1 point of damage, I believe, if we consider it as part of a pack of birds that is floating around the whole place.
And rifle does. Rifle
8.
starts at 8. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, the bird disintegrates with a damp coo.
The main thing is we are definitely getting rid of if they are when they are the ghouls, when they are his birds like that. We are definitely getting rid of quite a bit of a time sink into getting those.
Yeah,
Those are not easy to replace. There's probably not too many of them. That's
I
why I
haven't-
really wanted to do that.
I have a number in mind. You have gone, Katrina for the most part, but no, with your help as well, you have gone a ways through those, yes. And that does mean less angles that he can cover and watch.
Yep. Which we're basically just reducing his effectiveness by a lot on how he can scout stuff. But we don't know the numbers. That's up to you.
Yeah. Daniel, how do you react to the Malkavian just taking aim and just obliterating a random bird? Or random shadow that just explodes into feathers and a damp squeak?
I'm going to assume you had a good reason for that.
Little birds. They're not nice.
I'll take this as a yes. So, where should we go?
Go inside now. I'm gonna. You want me to come in with you or set up a position? You're better at fights than I am. I think. You seem to handle yourself well, at
You
least.
should probably at least. Do you want this guy alive or dead?
Well, we're just here for Ken.
Okay.
Just trying to be ready in case the guy is here. And based
You
on the
want
fact
him
he has a
alive,
ghoul
okay.
here, might be.
I can't hear anything, in case you're saying anything.
No, I wasn't saying anything. I just finished talking.
Okay.
Katrina just pats you on the back. Go on, go inside. I'm sure it's safe.
Why don't you come with me at least to the door? Practiced.
I guess.
I'm not talking to her. I'm talking to Satan.
Okay, if that's what you think is best.
You can go and watch look for other exits to the place.
Oh, so I get to go off on my own. Oh, ain't that wonderful? Oh, Tremere can't see through. Oh, wait, that's right. He was scout. Oh, actually, what the fuck am I worried about? He tried to grab me, but I managed to hide from him. I'll be fine.
Have fun!
And thus you lost another child, right?
Out of character, what building are we looking at actually attacking?
The one to the south.
Okay. So, God damn it. That's not what I meant to do.
Let me just roll the appropriate initiatives to see what might or might not be happening and in what order. Off to the side while you're busy doing your things.
Yep.
And to the other dude. Let's just make sure we have him properly placed. And roll the thing. You can see that roll, right?
We can see the roll, but we
We
can't
could see the
fact.
roll, but for some reason, we cannot see the actual person. So,
That's appropriate, he's on the GM layer.
yeah.
Okay,
For some reason, we
excellent.
can see the roll, though. It's weird.
Weird indeed.
So, do you want? Should we just go? Do you want? Would you care if I? How? Do you have any say on the matter as far as attacking the place?
I just told you. How
Yes.
do you want to go about it?
But I mean, do you have any sense about the place? Can you do something like that?
Okay, I guess I'll try.
How quickly are you trying to do this?
Uh, we'll try and be pretty quick. We're caring about speed right now.
Okay. So yeah. Just assume that difficulties are high as fuck. Essentially at 9.
Alright. Assuming difficulties are high as fuck, I am going to use Eyes of Chaos, I do believe.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start with this. Go to this. And whatever that ends up being.
Okay. It feels like the place is filled with howling, miserable emptiness. Just tears and regret and emptiness.
I'd say it feels really empty. Although, like, something really bad happened here.
Okay. Well, I'll be sure to be on guard.
Okay. We going in
Like,
now?
the front door is here, right?
This is when he gets staked in a single turn. Because he can't see through that fucking ritual.
Also, I'm going to be buffing my stats now.
Okay, how far are you buffing them?
I'm going to be buffing like dexterity to 4 and stamina to 6.
Okay. You both certainly have enough time to buff as far as you wish. At the moment, anyway.
Whatever.
And I'll attempt to kick in the door, open the door. Does the door open?
Nope.
Do you know how to unlock doors?
What?
Do you know how to unlock doors, or should I just kick the door in?
Well, I don't.
I need both of you to roll
Okay, I'm kicking in
perception
the door.
alertness at difficulty, well, base of 6. Less if you have Auspex active.
Yay!
Nope.
You notice the code lock and the interphone that the La Sombre has somehow missed, as apparently the stairwell is guarded by this clever contraption.
I'm sorry, I think you cut out for a second. What did you,
Something about code lock and a clever contraption.
Oh, okay, so there's a code lock and a what?
And a, interphone. Namely, the usual thing when there's a stairwell in a non-completely fucked neighborhood.
Okay. What's an interphone? I've actually
Or
never heard of
what, you know that thing that you use to call up to apartments so they let you in? Buzzer
Oh,
thing. One of those
okay.
things.
alright.
How long
And
would
there's
you
also
like?
a code. So there's a code lock and an interphone.
Yes, so...
Presumably, just the code lock is needed, but if someone forgets it, they use
Or
the
if
interphone.
they have a visitor or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
So
I know. What do we need to do? Go up to the code lock. And now I get to
Fine.
use the most cheap thing ever! For the first time.
Yes.
Just kidding. For every time. Eyes of Chaos! Let us decode this missive.
Okay. How long do you wish to take doing this? The difficulty will range from a base of 6 to a base of 9. Depending on the speed you want to take.
I'll take it just a little slowly, but we are still caring quite a bit about speed, so not more than maybe 5 minutes.
Okay, so that would probably be something like a base of 8, which for you would be 7, I believe. Alright. Alright. Daniel, the Malkavian just seems to freeze and stare intently at the door. You're pretty sure he's trying to brain it open.
I'm going to wait for the Malkavian to do something, because I'm not going to kick in the door while, and risk pissing off the Malkavian right now.
You have not seen the code lock. It just appears like he's staring at the door for no apparent reason, by the way.
Honestly, that should have been a difficulty 3 to see the code lock. Because seriously, it's like blatantly there.
You're also blind.
I have natural vision, like any normal human. Unless if normal human are blind, you're pretty much wrong.
I would say that since we have already established that this area is covered in shadows, and
So yeah,
It'd still be very,
pizza's ready.
very, very open in the open.
But I will go grab that in a little bit.
So, Daniel, finally Satan reaches up and punches in a code in something you completely missed, and you realize that you have just spent 5 minutes talking to thin air.
And door opens, right?
And the door opens.
I sigh at the arbitrariness of some unknown, completely unrelated being.
My argument here is this. You are distracted by the possible combat situation, trying to watch every angle to make sure you're not being ambushed. Which
Sure.
makes it easy to miss mundane details as you're just busy making sure there's no one on the fucking roof on the building opposite the street.
I'm presuming this was not like on the door handle or something. It was actually like on the side and possibly not even
Yeah,
next to the door completely.
not lighting up properly. Apparently
Yeah.
there's a short somewhere.
So yeah,
Oh well,
I
the door,
punch it
I'm
in.
guessing the door is open now.
Yes, the
Yes,
door
door
is
is now
certainly
open.
open.
Whoa, I enter through the door.
You enter through the door. You are now inside
Take
the
my gun out,
stairwell.
by the way.
Hmm?
I take out my gun out, by the way.
I'm assuming your gun is in your hands because it's too large for you to effectively
Yeah, presumably
hide it.
these are too large to,
Oh yeah,
hide.
that too.
He pulls his assault rifle out of his backside. He's ready for battle. He flinches slightly as the iron sights catch on something. Best not mention.
Yeah. Anyway,
Alright, so I do believe I got good enough that I should know even the room number that we need to go to.
You would, yes. You can point him to the room if you wish.
Yep.
yeah.
We're just going to start walking into it and go to the room.
Okay.
Does this door have a? If there is a door, does this door have a code lock or just a normal lock?
These doors appear to have normal locks, as this stairwell and hallway is actually properly lighted.
Yeah.
Presumably this isn't it might have some security, but shouldn't have much because the Trurier made this his base and brought a body in here. So,
This is essentially just not run down enough to have a code lock. Barely.
yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking because of the situation. So
So
shouldn't be
do
in
you
any
point
trouble.
you point the door out?
Yep, point the door out and go. Well, bring it down, I guess.
I attempted to kick the door in. I spend a point after spending a point of blood on potence.
Okay. Give me
Dexterity
a...
brawl of 7, I think it is.
This would be strength brawl, I think.
Makes sense.
Okay, 6 then
Go
for
ahead.
difficulty.
Yes, indeed.
I have 2 extra automatic successes due to due to the one.
You
So that's
see
probably
cracks flow across the door from where it, from the door handle and the lock, and you're pretty sure it's almost dead. Clearly it's suffering and crippled, but it doesn't quite give way.
I rolled again with once again spending a blood point on potence.
Wow. Good job, that door draining your resources.
That door is dead.
The door dies with a heroic eep as it shatters into splinters.
I enter the room ready to ready to fire at any individual standing upright.
Okay. Roll perception alertness. Okay. And the Malkavian.
I was actually presuming I was standing next to the door right now. I was going to enter in a moment.
Okay. Daniel, you do not at the moment notice anyone being a target. Actually, no, what did you say? On anyone you see standing upright?
Yes.
No, I can't make that work. Katrina is obfuscated on the building opposite, so no. That's not gonna be a thing, unfortunately. So yes, you see no
Well,
targets.
I walk further into the room.
Now I
Looking
enter the
up-
room after not hearing any massive amounts of gunfire or anything.
If you could decide which side the room is on, that would be great, so I don't have to move Katrina constantly.
We have apparently decided to the right.
Fine.
I did not see Katrina over there.
I've actually seen him moving Katrina around like every time we do something with the tokens.
This is why you have a map, Chris.
It's fine, don't worry about it. Okay, so now I'm in here. Now I get to make my roll. Let's see what's going on in this place.
I don't think there should be a door there. It's dead. I made sure of that.
It's on the ground.
I think it's more of just, metal and splinters everywhere right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a bunch of. Oh, you removed the door. All right.
Okay, with that kind of a roll, this place looks like it has been cleaned, possibly in a hurry.
Anything is still in here?
On that, I should probably make a check to see how well he would have managed to clean it.
Probably.
To see if he
Didn't
missed
have-
some.
You didn't have too long of a period of time if you wanted to actually get out of here.
He didn't have too much crap lying around here either. It was never, that filled with possessions.
But it was good enough for an interrogation of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think this really does depend on a roll. I can't really think of.
Yes, you notice something metallic peeking out from under the covers.
Well, let's go see what it is.
Okay, as you head over there and pick it up, it turns out to be a pair of shackles. Made to be stronger than your normal handcuffs and possibly even custom made. Clearly a tool of the trade that has been forgotten here in the rush to get the fuck out.
Oh. Well, I suppose we should need to see what might have happened then. hopefully it was used. It was used during the thing. All right, I'll take these. Let's get out of here. I don't think there's anything else here.
Mhm.
Well then, let us go.
Yep. And based on how these usually work, we should just be able to open the door and go out.
Yes, indeed. Oh wait, no, it's a trap. The door is a mimic.
I shoot the mimic.
Put the
The
gun into
table
the car.
laughed. We shot it.
I put the gun in the car. Come out, Katrina.
Shrika comes down 5 minutes later with a very disturbed look on her face. Whispers into
Hey.
her ear.
We're done.
I just saw Daniel stay in the room after you went out and say something to something in the corner.
Good job. You still want to drive?
She slowly shakes her head and keeps just... She just twists around in her seat and keeps looking back at Daniel the entire way back.
All right. So we're gonna go back to the mansion, and then I'm gonna get out and go into the mansion and just in the hallway, take out the shackles and see about seeing what happened.
Okay, give me your rolls for that. This certainly is a plotting thing.
I'll leave the base up to you simply because I don't know how much of a thing happened with the shackles.
Yes, let me think for a second. It would definitely be a debuff of at least 1 on the base difficulty. I'm thinking 2 is probably fairer, so base of 7.
So it goes down to that. Let's see what we get.
Okay. You see Ken being brought over there after being incapacitated. And he gets trussed up on the bed, and the Tremere proceeds to torture him in order to drain his willpower. And Ken, despite being in theory loyal to you, decides to fuck you over royally and tells the Tremere everything because fuck this shit. Really. What has this guy ever done to me? He fucking killed me. Screw him. And,
He's bloodbound. He doesn't get an opinion. Or rather, he does. Whatever.
Well, let's just say he doesn't resist as hard as he could have. He does the bare minimum that the Bloodbound requires of him. Actually, that's the thing. He could, in theory, go against it, but...
He lost his willpower. He can't go against the blood bond.
I assume the Tremere would have started with threats, but yeah. Well, let's just say that Ken doesn't try to deceive him when his willpower is gone. He just tells him everything without trying at that point.
Yep.
Breaking just a bit too completely for it to be a coincidence, you know? And, yeah. And when that is done, and when the Tremere arrives back after trying to sneak into the mansion to get a closer look at things, and having been seen, he decides that after everything he's learned and everything he's seen, clearly, this is bad news. This fucker will show up here, and soon. That's pretty much unavoidable. Probably. So, you know, he assumes that you are gonna come there, and he leaves one of his spy birds there to make sure that you actually show up, to confirm whether his theories on your abilities are right or not. And as for Ken, well, he simply unshackles him and commands him to run, to flee, to just go as far as Ken can. And Ken proceeds to exactly that, heading for the edge of the town as quickly as he's able.
Considering how much that Dominic succeeded, He might keep fleeing well until the sun comes up.
Oh yes, he'll just keep going. For a long time, as he has no willpower, in particular. I would say that Ken shows up a month later with a tan. If at all.
Well,
Yeah.
Ken appears to be gone.
Yeah, Dad. I was in Rio.
Rio de Janeiro. Well, did you visit the Sabbat there?
There's Sabbat there?
Ah, it's great.
Ken's
Well-
like, oh, those were all the guys I killed.
Ken comes back, he's now Gen 9. Fear my power, I have become great and dark indeed.
Bow before me. Mighty master, mighty daddy, mighty daddy. Ah, jeez. Maybe, maybe not. We don't know what will happen to him. There's been enough time that he can get out of here a ways. And I don't think I actually have anything that is particularly connected to him. What happened to his guitar that he took with him?
The guitar?
Yeah.
That would have just been trashed along the way, as it would have been a extra piece of
Yeah.
cargo that nobody gave a fuck about. At
That's
least
what I figured.
Yeah.
That is really what I thought, because I was like, there's no way the Tremere brought it with him or some shit like that.
Yeah, if he would have bothered to bring cargo, he would have brought Ken himself, and he clearly didn't.
And he just wanted out of there.
Yep.
So, good news is, for the Tremere, no, I wasn't able to quite get him. Bad news is, I was very close.
Yes, indeed. I might have rolled aspects for him as well after the fact to see if he would pick up any hint on just how close it was, and he did get a success on putting all the bits and pieces of information he had together with that, so
He is rightfully scared now.
yeah. Actually, come to think of it, at this point the most logical thing to do is head back for reinforcements.
It really is. You don't try and face something that's able to track you that well.
Especially considering that you now once again have a full pack.
Yeah, he definitely retreat, and they actually, for the first time, get real information on the Malkavian.
Yeah, and there were pigeons outside when the new guys were arriving, so they know that you keep getting reinforcements. I mean, 3 people went into the manor tonight. 3 new people.
Ooh, this sounds fun.
Yeah, so I think the Tremere is gone for now. That's the most logical assumption.
He just barely managed to not leave enough evidence for me to actually get a real location off him to stop him from doing anything. So
I mean,
the
fuck
best
it.
we have is to go
he-
back and get one of those ghoul birds. But I think he'd be gone by now. So
Well, you're just assuming that he's not Supermaning towards Springfield at the moment.
no, that is actually what I'm assuming at this point.
Away!
Considering how much Ken gave him and that it's a Tremere, he's generally a pretty smart guy. He's probably done scouting. He's
Yeah.
returning with information.
Yeah, there's the La Sombra Elder that hangs out in that manor. Clearly it's a major operation going on there. We need to hit it hard, my prince.
I actually sincerely think that's what's probably going to happen.
Actually, this is... look, my prince, I have brought you news. I alone have returned of your scouts. Praise me!
I'm not sure he'll go that far, but he will definitely get some awesome brownie points for
I mean,
managing to somehow do that.
I mean, this is some seriously sellable information to any of the 3 factions in Springfield.
Mm-hmm.
Really. Hell, he could sell all 3.
Alright, well, that will still take a while because they need to get a real strike force in that case, but that's almost certainly a thing now. That's awesome.
What do you mean, go dead? Do you remember what happened to Eric? To William? To Octavia? Do you fucking remember? I'm not going there! Fuck you! I'm Bruja, I don't give a fuck about your ventral politics. You go after the Volcavian.
And now a lot of things are explained, like, how are the scouts just not seeming able to do anything?
Oh yes. And
It's
this
still...
is
yeah.
how the Tremere originally started to think that maybe, just maybe, Wolfgang could be beaten. Because clearly he's losing his touch, right?
Yeah. I honestly kind of feel like this is a good point to end.
Yeah, I do too.
I can't think of too much else besides building up. But that's
there is
generally...
one more thing actually we need to play out. Satan,
Yeah, start.
Daniel, and Katrina, as you arrive at the gate, you see that someone has left a large box there, vaguely body-shaped.
Oh! It's for me! I'll bring it up to my room. I'll handle it.
He says with a "Kirk" as he fails to lift it.
I'll actually blood buff myself now. I have 10 points.
Okay, how far do you blood buff? To 4?
Up until the point that I can actually drag it.
Then I think with two you could probably drag it if you took your time, as you don't suffer sprains and stamina drain the way normal humans do.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
just gonna be a pain in the dick.
That's fine. Alright, drag it to my room.
As this happens, Katrina turns and faces you, Daniel. She just stares you in the eye and says, "I'm watching you." Turns away and walks up towards the manor.
You do that as he goes up to the manor as well, because that's the only place that he can go right now.
Okay.
Time to eat somebody.
So, are you joking or should Bacon draw up a new character?
I am actually not joking because, well, I was already, my inside already told me. It's best to just leave it out in the sun, so kill it.
Why don't you eat it? It's
That is what I'm
chef.
doing.
Oh,
Okay. Well,
Guess
according
this
to
is
the
to do
rules
whatever
there,
you do.
according to the rules we have for 4, Diablerie, well, first of all, you need to start rolling to drain its willpower.
Yep. And I will spend a willpower point for every roll I do.
Keep in mind, there will be rolls to actually digest it afterwards as well, to see if it can manifest any of its crap.
Well, the first thing I need to do is win. So, okay.
It doesn't get a resisted roll, because it's torpid.
Oh, that's right.
That's
Point.
only for when they are, for whatever reason,
yeah.
conscious.
When they're reasonably conscious. Okay, that's a good point. So I don't need to spend it quite yet.
Indeed. Mind you, if you botch, then that will be aggravated damage done to you.
Yeah, I know. Oh, actually, by the way, I think I gained a willpower point earlier.
I remember you manipulating people. I think you got Daniel to go in first into
That
the potential
Wasn't
danger.
actually the one I specifically was thinking about, but that is true. The one I was specifically thinking about was the new member being forced to take part of the ritual, which seems to be particularly against her interests. She doesn't like it at all.
That could be just said to be a requirement of the group and just something that's expected of her. That's not really in your interest specifically, that's just tradition. But getting
it felt
Daniel
like-
to take the lead there That I think really does fit, so either way
Alright.
you can take your willpower point.
Yay. Okay. So, time for digesting. Nom 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 nom.
Keep in mind that in this case the normal rules as we played in Springfield applies its lower generation, so you can get any of its disciplines that you don't have, even if it's just 1 dot of difference.
Yay.
Including
Difficulty?
Dominate. Difficulty is 8.
Difficulties? Thought so. How many successes do I need?
6.
7. No,
You
Seven?
spent 2 willpower
7.
points on running, I think.
Yeah.
no, I just spent 1 and
No,
died.
you said you did it again for the next one.
Yes, that's why I
Okay.
think it's at 6. Yes, I'm pretty
Oh.
sure you did.
Alright. Then I really don't want to botch. Because. Wait, is it just 1 point of aggravated?
It's 1 for every 1 if you botch.
Okay. Then I'll keep that in mind for if I do a serious botch of some kind.
Well,
So for now, we'll just roll.
okay, keep in mind, willpower expenditure is declared before the actual roll.
I know. That's why I said I'm just going to keep it in mind.
Yeah,
But for now, regular rolling.
okay.
Nothing so
Eight.
far.
Now, first of all, make sure to set your blood to full, as it still had a couple points in its system.
Oh, okay.
The body had a note on it saying something along the lines of, your new team member, may he be less of a pain in the ass than he was to us.
He won't be.
Alright. That's a 1. That's
Two.
a 2. That's a 5.
5. One more.
1
Needed.
more.
Okay. And you suck it down.
Pick vicissitude. Do it.
You would get vicissitude normally, however, you can also pick, I believe, animalism or dominate if you spend a willpower point.
Ooh, I definitely want dominate as well.
Your choice.
Yes, spend willpower point. Gain dominate.
Okay, in that case, you now have dominate 1.
As well as vicissitude? He was much lower than me.
Not low enough to consider it an elder level, but you do gain 2 generation steps instead of 1.
Did he beat 5 dots of generation?
No. If it had been 8, I would have let Satan go down to 10.
Ah,
Went down to 11, though. I started off a thin blood.
Yeah, now Satan is stronger.
Your poor children.
And I got dominate. Oh my god.
Actually, let's see if this goes horribly wrong for you in some way. Yeah, not enough occult to justify that. You hear just furious knocking on the door as you are continuing. Just, Dad, what are you doing in there? Dad? Okay, so yes, you have dominate 1 now, and you have eaten a party member.
join the club.
I don't think this
Eating
counts
bacon.
as a kill, honestly, though, for reasons.
Well, why should I even bother with digesting Andrew, considering he was a thin blood and I'm 8 generation?
No, he
Oh.
just dissolves in your blood. He's not powerful enough to present any difficulty to you. Essentially assume that anything that is not at least equal generation is completely meaningless to the vast power that you are.
I am
Hold on.
slowly gaining more power. Yay!
Yeah,
One day you will be very powerful indeed.
Dude, I am already very powerful. Do you know
Because
how many...
He has 70 experience plus various eaten disciplines. No, I'm sending out the Tremere Hit Squad. This needs to be stopped now.
I hope he does get whelped. That'd be
I
too
honestly would say though that at this point it's on the edge or where this might, after one more failure, be bounced up to the local lord.
Possible. But you know what I got now? You know what I got?
Dominate?
I got Dominate. I got Presence. I got Dementation.
The unholy trifecta?
The unholy trifecta.
You know, we all saw how powerful that was in Springfield, but that one elder turned out to be a much bigger threat than all the hordes of the Sabbat.
So, that was handled. It was handled well.
I'm happy that that shitty character becomes something greater.
Okay,
I'm not adding him as a kill, though, because I didn't really do anything besides,
yeah.
you know,
And
take
I
care of the torp
attempted
body.
to, in order to discourage people farming new characters for the Albury, if people keep whelping characters after a session or two, to start imposing a starting experience penalty. Obviously, I'm not going to do that for the next character Bacon makes, because I did not warn him of this in advance. But, yeah.
No, it's completely understandable. That's always been a thing for this kind of story, but that doesn't usually come up if the group's pretty good.
Mhm.
I try not to eat my team members unless they're being utter dicks to me.
And that's kind of what my insight warned me of this particular character.
He saw the army of Igors that were disgusting and annoying.
More of, there's a serious problem if this thing stays around, so, yeah,
Yeah.
don't leave it.
Okay, so that happened. Okay, I guess we can wrap up here. As you bliss out on the floor and Katrina just proceeds to force her way through the door. Oh God's fuck, not the... What the fuck? Dad, what did you take? Damn it! What did you take?
I'm just gonna sit there blissed out.
Yeah, and she shakes you. Oh God damn it. Ah, fuck. Fine, fine.
Because I do remember you usually actually have a roll for after, for not going into
Yeah, you
bliss.
can automatically
I will
fail.
fully fail it.
Excellent. So, moments of sheer awesomeness. Actually, no, let's handle what people learned first. So, Bacon, what did your character learn?
That nobody liked him.
It's
I
all their
actually-
fault.
Actually, it's a good thing that he died because he would do so much bad things with ghouls that would attract the Camarilla very fast.
I'm just gonna tick up after the recent events. Especially that masquerade breach over in one of the nearby towns. I'm just gonna up the raid count for the Camarilla to the second tier being activated.
But it was another town. They
Yeah, he said that.
Yes, it was, but the body was moved there, and I expect the Camarilla could eventually find that out.
The Camarilla, maybe? Yeah. The witch hunters that are apparently coming there, they don't.
No.
That's not going to be a very nice city either.
That is
By the way, would
true.
my
I
character count Satan as dishonorable?
If you knew about this, yes, that would be a most dishonorable thing, because he was sent here to be part of your pack.
No, I mean like otherwise. Would he?
It depends. Do you have a reason to consider Satan dishonorable?
Not really. I don't think so.
In that
That
case,
I know of.
no. He's a perfectly decent priest. He tries to keep the pack together to the best of his
Yep.
abilities.
In a way, this is actually in the same line.
Okay, so Daniel, what has Daniel learned?
Not going to pick one for tonight.
All right.
Didn't feel like it that much happened for me.
Okay, Satan, what have you learned?
I have learned that the Tremere is actually amazingly smart. My god. He was picked for this position more than just being cannon fodder.
He even had a special out-of-clan talent which he used effectively. Oh my god!
I know! It's amazing!
Yeah, I wanted to bring in a Tremere with animalism as a scout type dude for a while. I had one prepared for Springfield, but Malik never wanted to bring that particular guy in. Because I guess he felt he needed combat power more.
Cool.
Okay. Right. So, moments of awesome. I'm
sorry. I think Satan takes the spotlight a lot.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
I mean, part
I'm
of
going
this is...
to vote that Bacon's character was awesome, from what I heard.
You weren't even there!
From what I
Oh,
heard, you
but-
did awesomely and die horribly.
Honestly,
I
I
didn't
think that honestly does take the cake for sheer stupidity. And
I'm not sure we reward just pure stupidity, though. Do we?
it's like
Oh.
it was so stupid and so failed that it came out on the other side into awesome, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll laugh
He gets the
about it
Darwin
for...
Award.
I will laugh about that for a long time. Still.
Explain so much on how or why he was banished from that city. He probably would let his creatures lose every day because he wants to see how they would act in society or something.
Seems
The
like
only
it,
thing I
yeah.
regret about Bacon's character right now is that I didn't get vicissitude from him.
You couldn't have in the first place, so...
Probably.
You know what Jackalore is dreaming of? That theoretical combo of vicissitude 3 and large amounts of potence where you cave in their chest every time by spending 2 blood instead of 1. That's the dream. That's what he was thinking of.
And, changing my appearance from, not being a Diabler, a known infernalist.
I think that was either tied to generation or skill at vicissitude, which means that it might require some effort to change what Sally has done to you. Depending on how awesome she is, because if she can make a vase, she is very high on vicissitude.
Definitely.
Okay.
So, I am... It seems like I'm actually just short of being an Ancile as far as experience is considered.
You are
Yay.
approaching that. And I would be tempted to give you a point of status, but I'm gonna hold off until we see how you handle conversation with the local Sombra Minder as to whatever happened to that Zemiti that was supposed to come over. You're probably gonna be able to handle that just fine, but just in case you somehow fuck it up.
Good point.
So yeah, I guess we can wrap up here. Though, yeah, specific moment. Because I'm tempted to give it to Bacon as things stand, but if there's a moment that stands out more...
Let's see. Particular moments. Priest was being awesome. Roleplayed pretty awesome.
Specific
Introduced new
moment,
character.
specific interaction.
Called the new character Nympho. It was great.
Yeah, I
By the
think
way,
the
what-
bit where you were asserting your authority over the newcomer, that was pretty good.
Forcing her... You know what? I'll say that was my particularly awesome moment. I'm just gonna put that one forward. because that went really well.
Yeah, meanwhile her ghoul is still
Intimidated her
hiding
into
in
going with it.
Yeah, meanwhile her ghoul is still hiding in the crypt. And is gonna be for the foreseeable future until it starts being in threat of actually dying from stuff like thirst and the like. Because,
Yes.
It's gonna be a few days, just about a few days.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.
Unless he
So
starts
I-
drinking rainwater, he just lives
I
off
would-
the moss in the crypt for a month.
So I would definitely say that I very well asserted my dominance in this pack.
Yeah, Katrina, how close is she to being initiated as proper Sabbat according to Satan?
She is actually starting to get pretty close. The only thing she needs to do now is do something particularly impressive. She can do one thing that's particularly impressive. She'll be Sabbat.
I see. So if she stakes and reigns Daniel, she's in.
With a decent reason.
So, 14 gen draining an 8 gen, that's a jump down to possibly 10 given a bit of luck.
Would require a bit of luck. I would expect actually closer to 11. About mine, actually.
Yeah. That being said though, if the difference is truly vast, there was that guy that drained Mithras that jumped down to 6 and then got his ass possessed, and he was 11
Yeah.
originally.
That's what I would worry about if she made such a massive jump. That's going to be really hard to digest. Heck, I'm going to have some indigestion.
Daniel Reed eats her. All of a sudden, I have a different face. I am very unhappy about your child there.
Katrina walks in and says in a slightly different voice, I'm very unhappy about your child. She tried to eat me. Is that you, Daniel?
Daniel would be changing faces a lot then.
Actually, here's a question. Do we actually have to consider that Franklin could, in theory, reverse Diablerie Satan? Something with Satan getting the willpower rolls at 5 and Franklin at like 9. Like just the slimmest of chances. Or do we just go for straight digestion? Because it is a difference of like 4 generations, at least.
I feel that
If
With
he at 9 or is he at 9 or below?
He is at 9, though normally I would, for most circumstances, I would consider the starting point for that to be at 7, but this is a really significant gulf.
I feel that this is just under. If I was even one higher, I would definitely say it, but I feel that this is just enough of a just there. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that way
We
too.
can
like.
do it like we can do it like this. Normally the digestion roll would be at 8. Why don't you make yours at 9? And
Okay. I will spend a willpower point on it.
that's perfectly fine. And if you don't fail or botch any of them, then you're fine. Like perfectly fine. There's no crack for them to get through.
And I will also say I'll just spend it whenever I can, because I don't want any cracks.
Well, this happens over a week, so right now you get... just spend the first one and make the roll to see just how well you suppress them. Well,
Hey, one success.
good thing you spent that willpower point.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I figured.
Okay, so I guess we shall finish here. I like the roleplay with the new guy. That was good, so I'll give you the point for that, Satan. So, 4 and 2 in this case, as the experience awarded to Bacon's character for some reason doesn't seem to matter all that much.
Also, I'm guessing
We'll handle...
the new guy would probably get.
Probably
Well,
2 as well.
We'll,
Yeah, probably 2.
we'll handle
Learn
that
something-
at the start of the next session. Generally,
Sure.
unless it's like a constant thing where you miss a lot of stuff, I'm pretty lenient with experience debuffs.
Yeah, you're right.
Even if I am an asshole about trying to force failed rolls. Don't worry.
I think we'll be able to justify him getting 3.
The theme of this campaign, just so everyone is clear, is for you to suffer horribly, but we will have another campaign later on where you're supposed to feel like all-powerful badasses. Possibly starting in the Dark Ages and playing a more Elder-powered game.
Yay! That'd be cool.
So like we start at Gen 12 or something.
No,
We can...
What?
you can start as low as 7 in Dark Ages. More playing along
Yeah.
the lines of jumping through the eras and letting us see just how you turn into those elders that are pulling the strings from behind the shadows, giving you the chance to make some other neonates scurry around.
I will completely admit, I really want to play a Malkavian if that's the case. I really want to play a Malkavian if that's the case.
You always really want to play a Malkavian, no matter what's the case.
This is not completely a lie, but I want an Elder Malkavian.
We'll
have
consider
taken-
this.
A few years and he becomes one.
I want my level 6 dementation. Disbelieve.
There's a ban now in place on all Malkavian characters for the Dark Ages Chronicle. You know what? I will allow disbelief if this is the last time you play with Insight, because it's a pain in the ass.
Absolutely. As I said, Insight is a pain in the ass. It was
so
a one-shot
hard
character
to-
that survived. It was just the basis of the dang character that I expected to die in one session.
You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say that the insight starts to fade after you get below generation 10. We can
Huh.
go with that. Like, that's a thin blood thing, and you just lose your special ability to manipulate the web without being trapped by it.
It actually is not just a thin blood thing. It does say Malkavians get it too.
I don't know.
You could just rule it that way, but... Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
we'll
the,
see.
the only reason
You
that
know what?
I
I
would-
can counter this with in-character stuff. I can just throw
Yeah.
Tremere at you and just say that you're an anomaly in the world.
Yeah, but the only reason I would be a little hesitant about that is because Insight was very much a basis of this character. That's the only problem I would have with it.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna end the recording here and we'll meet up next week as normal.